It's a little bit darker. Yeah, it's a little bit dark this. All weekend, the kitchen's been getting done. There's been a lot of drilling, a lot of banging about. Same case today. They came and did something today on my kitchen, which was like, they taped up the whole place and I wasn't able to leave my room for 4 hours. So I went out this evening for a walk, came home and decided to record this. It's a couple of days since the game, but look, I've always got a reason for being late, haven't I? So, it finished Everton 1, West Ham United 1 at Goodison Park in what is West Ham's last ever trip to this iconic English football and stadium. And obviously, with David Moyes being at the helm for Everton, it added a little bit of spice to the game. It added a little bit of interest and vocal point to the game. It was not necessarily a case of West Ham wanting to get revenge over Moyes, but it was a case of just thanking him for what he did and the players having an opportunity to see him again. Because don't forget, he was with those players for 5 years. Some of them he's known for a little bit longer than others, and he's close with some of them. He even signed many of those players, bear in mind. So that's why there was, like I say, some spice to the game. I think that even though our offensive mind isn't sharp enough, our defensive mind has gotten sharper under Graham Potter. We have conceded a heck of a lot less goals in the last 10 games. I think it's like 12 conceded in 10. Before that, it was 24 in 10. So we've halved that number. And we seem to play with a little bit more, I would say, of an onus about us. And that's a good thing. I was pleased with the players for the most part, especially in the second half, because they needed to step it up after a poor first half. I was very pleased for Thomas Souček for scoring. I was pleased for Jared Bowen for assisting. And it was also a day of uncertainty, and I'll get on to why as well. So, a lot of mixed feelings in this game. I'll talk about the team lineup, obviously. Let's start with that. Areola was in goal. Our defence was Todibo, Kilman, Mavropanos, with Emerson and Wan-Bissaka as wing-backs. So full-backs are 5. Paquetá started in what was his possible last ever game because of his court hearing. James Ward-Prowse and Souček completed the midfield with Bowen and Kudus up top. One of Bowen's headers went at Pickford, and it was a really good save. Todibo then hit it over. I got a feeling that Souček and Ward-Prowse were struggling in the middle. Souček especially struggled in that first half. He could not get the ball forward. It's something he struggled to do a lot over the last couple of seasons. Yeah, he scored goals. Yeah, I love him when he does that. He's got that eye for goal. He's good from set pieces, but he's not good at passing the ball forward, in my opinion. Everton were on top with a lot of threatening balls and chances. Bowen needed to move out of that striker position, though, because he was playing in that sole lone striker position and he wasn't doing enough to move about or get the ball. And Kudus didn't exactly get enough of the ball either, might I add. No, he didn't. When he did try to run at them, he would start a little sprint and then he'd slow down and get dispossessed. In stoppage time, Everton were given a penalty. Now, I thought this looked quite soft, but replay showed exactly what I was thinking. It looked like the Everton player had kind of tripped over himself, and the West Ham player, I'm not sure who it was, then attempted the tackle. So the tripping over yourself counted for something, and nothing was given. I would have probably lost my mind if that had been given, to be honest with you, because it was so bloody tame. It's 0-0 at half-time, and we seemed to play a rush game with no real intent from the players. So everything we were doing was very rash. We wanted us to calm down a bit, stay a little bit more focused, and see what we could do from that point onwards. But once I did score, it came much to my surprise. But it was the two players who I expected them to step up the most. Bowen got the ball in the box, he passed it across. Souček was under a little bit of pressure, but he managed to get his shot away and curl it into the bottom right corner. He then wheeled away doing his helicopter celebration. He loves scoring against Everton at Goodison, doesn't he? He did it in 2021, he did it last season. He did it this year. Always has a bit of a special connection to that ground. You'd have bet any money that he'd score there. So that was something for sure. Triple substitution was made. Paquetá came off for Soler, and the Brazilian was applauded off as he left, which seemed a little bit sad. Actually, just looking at my notes, no, so it wasn't triple sub. It was just Paquetá off for Soler at this point. Everton really then gave it to us. They really pounded West Ham. It was kind of coming. You said something was coming. We were clearing the ball away, but every time we did that, we gave possession over to them. That wasn't good from our point of view. We shouldn't have been giving just possession over to them at that and so easily. I had a feeling that we still needed a second goal in this somehow. Where was it? When was it going to come? I don't know. At that point. I would have put Evan Ferguson on a lot earlier, by the way, but it was ridiculous it came on in stoppage time. And talking of stoppage time, that's when we actually conceded the bloody equaliser. Garner Gay, right, this is a actually decent assist, I cannot lie. Smashes it across first time in a crowded box, and Jacob Ryan's there on the goal line to nod it in. That's the second goal in the Everton shirt. The Irish defender is actually elite. I think he's a really good player. Everton's lucky to have him. Ever since he started, that defence has improved a lot. So 1-1, and we weren't going to take all 3 points in this. So that was gutting. But it meant that David Moyes continued his unbeaten run and showed why he was named Manager of the Month recently. Kudus came off for Ferguson, Todibo off for Guido. Then Everton had one golden chance to win it with a great through ball, and Carlos Alcaraz messed up his shot and it went just wide. He was gutted, and it finished with shared points. David Moyes went over to the West Ham fans and started singing Champions of Europe with them. He was hugging all the West Ham players and showing a lot of love to them, and he gave a lot of respect to Graham Potter as well for the job he's done so far. Lovely bloke, lovely manager. But now it's Graham's turn to do what he can do. And I want to say this again. Moyes left Graham Potter with some of the, well, not some of these players, most of these players rather. It's up to him to decide what he does with them now, though. But there's a good basis there. And, yeah, I wish Moyes the best for the rest of the season, his time at Everton. And just, again, we just thank you for everything you ever did for the club, David.